on www.Teerex.radio, Teerex.com, TuneIn.com, Radionomy.com, Radio.net, LaRadioFM.com, TTStation.com, Radioline.co, and Radio9.net. You are tuned in to Montreal's biting soul station, Teerex Radio.
Hi, this is Paula Letang, and you're listening to Michael K. on Teerex Radio.
Well, and frankly, we have better than this, folks. On a encore mieux que ça aujourd'hui. We have Paula Letang with us. Paula, bonjour.
Bonjour, mes amis. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, and you?
Oh, you sound amazing. I am doing fantabulous. I'm so excited to be chatting with you and to all the listeners, and you might have to eventually turn off the mic and just go, okay, enough, Paula, stop.
Okay, cool. So I've been looking forward to this, for quite a while, because, strange things happen in life. Il y a des choses, and I'm going to flip from French to English, you understand, because Quebec is 70%, 80% French, so we have French listeners, we have English listeners, so I'm just going to, at one point, translate. Do you speak French?
No, my French is terrible. I have to admit.
Okay.
I mean, I can say d'accord, which is, okay.
Ça c'est correct. So I'm gonna at one point translate what you're saying so that our French listeners can understand, nos auditeurs français comprennent ce que Paula Letang a à nous dire aujourd'hui. How's that?
Okay, d'accord. Are you gonna translate for the English listeners too? Just kidding.
Whoops, hold on, rewind. I didn't get that. Say what?
Translate for the English listeners, because who knows what the heck I'm going to be saying. So, anyways.
Okay, and Paula said that, on my show on Saturdays we have a drink together too, but, well, she's decided we're doing it today.
We are. I'm having coffee right here, right now.
Yes? Yep. Cool. Mm-hmm. I'm having a glass of vino.
Ooh, what kind are we having?
Yes, it's a white vino from Romania, believe it or not.
Dry or white?
Dry. It's called Crema Regala.
Yeah.
It's a big hit in Quebec. $6.05 a bottle.
That's not bad.
That's amazing. And I was so surprised because, when I said I have nothing against Romania, but when I said, Romanian wine, but when I tasted it, I like really dry wines, not fruity ones. And this is a very dry wine, type of wines you're going to find from Italy, like Pinot Grigios and stuff like that.
I may have to try that.
Yes, really. No, it's very good. So, anyways, Paula Letang, welcome to Teerex Radio. Of course, you're part of Teerex Radio. We've been with you since the beginning, even though the beginning kind of started very strange,
Yeah.
It started with my dear friend Richard Marzetti from Solar in London, who I believe was the first one to play Sunshine. Am I correct?
Maybe on Solar, probably he was the first one to play Sunshine. I believe that Sunshine was actually first played by Mike Howard because it went through on the online radio stations because Godfrey Fletcher had it as well, and he'd be playing it on his podcast show that he also does. But in terms of that, I believe it was Mike Howard because how it happened. Well, do you want me to go into that, or do you have something else that you wanted?
No. Go. Let's go with the flow.
Okay. Let's go. Rev up those engines. So what? Must be the coffee.
Have some wine.
Oh no! Double trouble. Out of control. Okay. So what happened was I think it was October last year. I was working on putting out an EP. Actually, honestly, it wasn't even going to be an EP. I was just working on stuff because I wanted to put something out. And so came across this music, actually. This particular music was written by a gentleman by the name of DJ Nady. Mm-hmm. And I came across it, and I loved it. And I said, you know what, I want to do something to it. So started to put pen to paper and all of that stuff. And then my husband said to me, okay, it's time for you to put stuff out. He was getting a little tired of me kind of doing stuff and then just putting it there, doing stuff and then just putting it there. He's like, okay, enough. It's time for you to put something out already. And I said, I actually was really apprehensive. I was really not afraid because, I've done other musical stuff before, but I was really nervous a little bit about putting this out because this was a little different than anything that I'd really ever done in the past. And but he was really insistent, and
gotcha.
So we came out of the studio, and then he goes, "Okay, that's it. So this week you're going to put this out." And I waited again another 2 weeks, and I finally said, "Okay, that's it." So I started to do some searching on Twitter, actually. Where I started with Twitter, where I searched for soul radio DJs, radio shows. Then I went to Facebook, and I did the same thing. And then eventually I came across this particular station, and the gentleman by the name of Ian, it was the Jazz UK radio. Okay. And I emailed him and I said, I'm not really sure if this is going to fit your format, but I'd really love it if you would consider it. And then he sent it off. He then wrote me back. He said, please do send. And I sent. And then he wrote me back and he said, I'm going to send this off to these other two DJs. And they both wrote back and said, oh my gosh, they love this. And then I believe it was Mike Howard and another gentleman by the name of Stephen that really just kind of played it first out in the UK area. And then I guess it just picked up legs. And I was honestly surprised.
I see. OK, so I'm just going to resume this in French. Alors, ce que Paula Letang nous dit, ce que je lui disais, c'est que pour nous, ça a commencé vraiment avec un bon ami, Richard Marzetti de Solar à Londres, qui, je croyais, avait été le premier à faire tourner Sunshine l'année passée. Mais ce que Paula nous dit, c'est que non, c'était Mike Howard qui était un des premiers DJ à Londres à faire tourner cette chanson. Et puis, voilà. But as far as Teerex Radio is concerned, it's really Richard. We write just about every day or something like that, and he said, "Have you heard about Paula Letang? She's from Toronto." I said, no. And she said, well, you got to listen to this. She's fabulous. So, of course, we just moved on and stuff. And listened to this, and I just fell in love with it. Other DJs from Teerex also listened to it. And said, wow, this is good. So, as far as Teerex Radio is concerned, Richard was the one, as far as I'm concerned, who kind of opened our ears to you. And what I found so strange is that, things that happen in life, it's that Paula Letang from Toronto is first played in the UK and then comes to Montreal, It's like,
yes.
you have to go across the ocean first.
and then come back.
And then come back.
I got wet. I got wet the whole way up the road. But you know what, Michael? I had sunshine over me. So when I landed on the UK, I got all dry. Because of the sun.
You got what?
It was all good. I got all dried up again because of the sun pouring down on me. It was fantabulous. Yeah.
Well, that was really probably one of the greatest tunes for 2016. And we're going to go into that a little bit later. But I wanted to talk to you. Like, Paula Letang just didn't happen with Sunshine, right? She has quite an history before that. And from my understanding is that it started with the French Creole program. And if you'd like to talk to us a little bit about this.
Yes, I'd love to. Well, actually, what started was, I should probably just give a little more history in that I'm originally from the French Creole English-speaking island of Dominica, which is the nature island in the Dominica. It's just in between Guadeloupe and Martinique.
Yeah,
and so we're right there in the center. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning, beautiful. I would encourage people to check it out if you are thinking of, how people do boat cruises. See if Dominica is a stop on one of those cruises, and definitely visit. Lovely people and just a lovely place. And actually tomorrow, if I can just say tomorrow, well, my husband's father was a trade unionist and politician, and he was also the founder of 2 political parties. And tomorrow they're actually doing the bridge because it's May Day. So they're doing the bridge and they're putting up all the sign with his huge picture. It's huge. It's humongous, this bridge. And this is all happening tomorrow in Dominica. So I'm really excited about that for him and his family and all of that stuff. But Dominica has, it's just a beautiful place. So if people can, consider visiting, please do. So that's where I'm originally from.
I see.
And,
sorry, Paula, to interrupt. Just one thing. Of course, this interview is pre-taped, so it's going to be aired. I always have a problem with that word in English. Aired,
Yeah.
Et ça va être en ondes samedi prochain. So really, next Saturday, it's actually last Monday what you're talking about, right?
Oh, right, correct. Yeah.
Okay,
so the bridge will already be up, and there should be pictures online, so I encourage people to go and take a look at it. It's the EC Low Black Bridge. But anyway, so that's originally where I'm from, and then we made our way to Canada. And while here, I actually kind of was a little bit more not involved in the Creole community at all. So we'll probably chat about that a little bit later. Yeah. But bringing it up to the Creole part of my life, we had a band called Levitation. The band still is there, but not as busy or, together, shall I say, as we were a number of years ago. But we still perform. As a matter of fact, we'll be doing a performance for Harbourfront on August the 4th this year. So people that are in the city, come on down and check out Levitation. So Levitation is a French Creole band, and I got involved in the French Creole music because of my husband, who is also French Creole. He's fluent. I'm not. But we wanted to do something cultural and really just promote that particular culture, which was ours. And in that, we did 2 albums. We did a single song, which was an urban-nominated song called Message en bouteille, which in French, is it the same en français?
You said it beautifully. Message en bouteille. Message in a bottle. Like so, brother to brother.
Something like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this particular song was a song that was more featuring me at that particular time. Again, the whole album did really, really well. Our first album, Kaule, We Are Rolling. The second one, Bayosa, which is to give them the music. And then we did a few singles, including this one, Message en bouteille. And this one was actually produced by, at the time, well, he's still very well known now, Tony Chasseur, who is an amazing jazz artist, and he's based out in France, Paris, France. And he produced this one for us, and it was just when I listened to the production that we sent him, because it was more of a demo, and then what he sent back, I was completely blown away. He just took it from, this is what the producer does, take it from one place and bring it to another, and he was just able to just really blow my mind with it. Yeah.
Get you. Okay, so I'm going to resume this in French a little bit. Alors, ce que Paula nous dit, c'est qu'elle est née sur l'île de Dominica, bien sûr, dans les Caraïbes, entre la Martinique et la Guadeloupe. Alors, c'est là qu'elle est née. Et puis, après ça, sa famille a immigré au Canada, greatest country in the world, hein, le meilleur pays au monde, with our sexy Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, hein? Top notch.
Yeah, okay. I support that.
And Paula Letang, pour nous, on a connu Paula Letang avec Sunshine, mais bien sûr, Paula Letang a fait beaucoup de choses avant et elle a fait partie d'un groupe créole qui s'appelait Lévitation Zouk. Et beaucoup de travail, d'années avec ce groupe qui existe encore d'ailleurs. And Paula, if you are willing, what we're going to do is we're going to play a song right now from Lévitation Zouk.
Okay.
Yeah?
Wonderful.
Okay, so it's a go. So Paula sang on my show, the Michael K. Bi-Atlantic Show. I'm very happy to have Paula with us. So we're going to start with a track from the band that Paula was with, Lévitation Zouk. Here we go on Teerex Radio.
This is Paula Letang, and you're listening to Michael K. on Teerex Radio.
Absolument extraordinaire, vraiment, j'adore. Encore une fois, je suis vraiment très privilégié aujourd'hui. J'ai avec moi Paula Letang, et I'm very privileged today. I have Paula Letang with me for an hour, busy lady. And what we just heard was part of Paula Letang's beginning of her careers, which was Lévitation Zouk. Et c'est Message en bouteille. That's a message in a bottle. I really like this, Paula.
Thank you. This was one of the ones that, sometimes you get a song and it just kind of hits you, and then it just kind of flows. Well, this particular
exactly.
one, this one seemed to happen to kind of be that particular song. It just kind of flowed. Now, I know some people will say, well, if you don't speak fluent Creole, if you don't speak French, how the heck did you write this song? Well,
but that's the thing that I was saying to myself, because listening to you sing on this song, I mean, the French is just perfect. It's like there's no mistake, nothing.
I'm a good copycat. No, just
no. And when you sent me this, preparing for this interview, I was looking at. You can find this on YouTube, by the way, folks. Vous pouvez trouver ça sur YouTube. Alors, Paula Letang, Lévitation Zouk. And when I saw you, I said, "Is that you?"
That was me. Yeah,
that was you. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And we're talking like what year approximately?
1898.
1898? We weren't even there.
It was a long time ago. It was
no, seriously. This is what year about?
2000, I think, maybe.
2000. Okay.
Then it was 2000, 2001. I mean, at that time, I was really getting into zouk music, zouk and compas from Haiti. So I was very, very much involved in a lot of community things that were happening here in the city. So, I would the first Creole Festival with Toronto's Harbourfront Centre. I did the Miss Creole Canada pageant. I was a host on many events. And then one of my favorite groups, Kassav, who are like the Zouk pioneers, Zouk music pioneers, they were in the city as well. And so I would go and host those events. And then in terms on the side of Haiti, you would have bands like Karimi, bands like Jacout Music, and all of these groups that were part of that genre and still are very much part of the genre. I was very, very involved in it. And then took on another role, which was to be a radio host. And in that role, I hosted a show called Experience Creole. And that show went for probably about 15 years, where it was every week, literally, music, interviews, information of what was happening outside of our area, and then whatever was happening inside, so that the community was always informed. So I was very, very heavily involved in that.
2000, that was the year that all the computers were supposed to blow up, and
that was it.
Because they couldn't make the transition from 1999 to 2000.
That's what they said, and we waited, and nothing happened. Thank God.
Exactly.
And and we kept on going and moving on, and I just kept into that and writing. And then while I was listening to the music, I would sing the songs in particular, because I had just been introduced to the band Kassav. I would listen to a lot of their music and then start to sing along, basically. And then, as you were saying with the computers, then we had people would send me Creole dictionaries, and so from that I started to write.
Well, nothing happened in 2000, but I think it was a delayed reaction, because in 2016 Trump rose.
Yeah, that's sad.
Okay, we won't go into that. Anyways, but Lévitation Zouk, so how many members were part or are part of this band?
There are approximately, well, give or take, because we have dancers as well. So when we do a show with the full dancers, then you have, at least 8 or 9 people.
Okay.
And if it's just the core people, then you have about 5 or 6.
Okay.
That's, your band and then the vocalists.
And are you still thinking or are actually doing shows with Lévitation, or that's like a part that's kind of on the shelf for a while?
It comes and goes. I think Lévitation really more comes out during the summer, because in the winter a lot gets quieter over here in terms of entertainment. People don't go out as much. So, and especially because Lévitation is a Caribbean influenced band, you'll find that a lot of people start to ask, can Lévitation do something as the summer's progressing, which now, of course, yes, we've been getting the phone calls. Can you come and do this? Can you come and do that? So one of them that we have committed to, again, is August the 4th. We will do a full show. There will be dancers. There will be the full band. It'll be a full, complete Lévitation performance.
Well, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Yes? Montrealers just love everything that moves, right?
Yeah.
And we've got the Montreal Jazz Festival, we've got the Montreal Creole Festival, we've got the Montreal African Festival. So we're sending a signal to Paula Letang and Lévitation.
Lévitation to come on down.
I'll be in the front row.
Definitely do it. Oh my God! Yes,
I'm your favorite groupie.
I might put you on the stage, and I'm gonna have
we'll do a Facebook Live.
I'm gonna have you sing Nestless every time.
Okay, so that's a part of your career that we've kind of covered a little. Alors, je vais résumer en français. Alors, on a parlé beaucoup de Paula Letang avec, bien sûr, le groupe Lévitation Zouk. Elle a fait partie, qu'elle fait toujours partie d'ailleurs. Il y a des spectacles qui sont projetés ou qui sont en processus d'organisation à Toronto, parce que Paula est de Toronto, pas tellement loin de moi. Moi, je suis à Montréal, alors on a comme 6 heures de route en voiture. Et puis, je suggérais justement Paula, j'ai dit, les Montréalais adorent n'importe quoi that moves. It's like, on a le festival de jazz de Montréal, on a le festival créole de Montréal, on a le festival Afrique de Montréal. I mean, Montreal goes into a wild festival, and it's going to start like shortly, And so c'est ça que j'étais un petit peu en train de résumer. Okay, so Paula Letang, right now, we're going to go, if you agree, we're going to go with the one that really put you on the map last year. And I don't know if you want to say something about it.
I could. Do you want me to say something about it before or after?
What would
Maybe
you
I'll
like
say
to do?
something about it after, because I'm probably going to talk a lot.
Cool. Alors, j'ai le grand plaisir d'avoir avec moi aujourd'hui Paula Letang en entrevue pendant 1 heure. On va passer à travers sa carrière et tout ce qui se passe dans sa vie. Great pleasure for me to have Paula Letang with me today, terrific lady from Toronto. And, this one is the one that kind of signaled the planet. Paula Letang is there, and this is where we're going.
This is Paula Letang. You're listening to Sunshine on Teerex Radio.
It feels like the perfect day. Nothing in my way. Taking steps we're building every day. Got me smiling, got me thinking, got me hoping that you kind of feel it the same way too. You're like sunshine on that cloudy day, ray of sun making its way through, taking me over my 4-leaf clover, the one that I'll need over and over. I know you don't need to be more than you have to be to open up my eyes to see. We got it like that, and as a matter of fact, baby, 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 I got to let you know that I like it in your arms, and I think about your kiss, and I hope and pray and wish that I be the dream you dream, and I hope you won't make me wait. Sunshine has come my way, cleared compare. You're more than all I've been, more than I've ever been. You got me thinking LOV love more than I ever thought of. Wonder where you came from, how you got me sort of caught up in your web. Was it something that you said? You got me here thinking, waiting, anticipating. Is this the love that I've been waiting on? You got me holding on, I'm holding on. Baby, 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 I got to let you know that I like it in your arms, and I think about your kiss, and I hope and pray and wish that I be the dream you dream, and I hope you won't make me wait.
Radio Teerex.
Baby, 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 I got to let you know that I like it in your arms, and I think about your kiss, and I hope and pray and wish that I be the dream you dream, and I hope you won't make me wait. Don't make me wait. Oh no, that's right. Don't make me wait. Oh, you're my sunshine. Sunshine, you're mine. Sunshine, you're mine. Sunshine, sunshine, you're mine. Sunshine.
Just love it. Just love it. J'adore. J'ai le plaisir d'avoir avec moi aujourd'hui. I have the pleasure of having with me Paula Letang with us. Sunshine. Paula, I just love this song.
Oh, thank you.
No,
sunshine on that cloudy day.
We hear so many songs, about breakups and, sad and blah, 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 and I miss you and I love you and what did you do to me and whatever. But, you're just, I call you the sunshine lady. All your songs, are just full of sunshine and light and brightness. And I guess that's why people love you so much,
Yay. Well, I try. I really, I really wanted this song to, where you were saying about there's all these songs about, oh my God, I love you, and all this stuff in here all the time, and it's regurgitated. And I'm not going to say that I don't ever plan on writing one of those, because people somewhat expect them as well. But sometimes you do. It's nice to just kind of do it a little bit differently. So I did want to write a song that said, I love you, I need you, I want you around, you make a difference in my day. But I didn't want it to be those, cliche specific words all the time, every time, and finding a way to say it without, as you said, having to actually say it. So,
and that's really the magic behind this song. And, I have to confess, this has been a 6-month thing between us. I told you that I would sing Sunshine in my car.
I've been waiting.
Which I did, and I put it on Facebook. Actually, it was quite good. But when I looked at it afterwards, I was extremely disturbed because even though the phone was on a socket and I was not touching it, looking at afterwards, I said, people are going to think I'm completely nuts. I'm driving and singing and blah, blah, blah.
Who doesn't drive and sing? Everybody does. They've got the
I know, but I guess I was a little bit overconscious. So I removed it, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, but I won't be moving. I'll be in my car, but I won't be moving. Okay. I've had a one-time practice, so believe me, the second one is going to be a blast.
It's going to be out of this world. I can hardly wait. And on a sunny day. Okay. So
this is coming up this week. I promised. I signed the paper.
I am looking forward to it. I can hardly wait, honestly, because I've been waiting for 6 months. You have to keep a girl waiting.
You poor lady. My God, I'm sorry. I don't like to have people wait like this. But anyways, well, it says, that absence makes the heart founder.
Yeah,
so
something like that.
I find in life, the more you wait for something, I mean, the greater the look at me. Okay, this is just an anecdote I'm going to tell you, okay? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. My favorite all-time band, everybody knows, is Cameo.
Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
I think these guys are geniuses. Larry Blackman, The Phantom, Charlie Singleton. I've been listening to these guys since I was 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
And you know about drops and radio. DJs and radio stations all want to have like, "Hi, this is Paula Letang, and I listen to Teerex Radio, and Michael Gay is the greatest DJ on the world," right?
Ever.
I wrote to Cameo about 6 months ago.
Good.
And I don't know who answered to me. I don't know if it was Larry or Charles or whatever, but he says, "We'll see what we can do."
Okay.
And I don't like to push things, so I did get back to them about a month ago, and there was no reply. And then there's this fabulous guy, I don't know if you know, Enos Struggins.
No.
Enos Struggins, who's been struggling in his life with incredible music, but because of bad promotion and not just having the right people around, has just not been moving. So Enos wrote to me about 2 weeks ago. He says, "Well, I'm a really good friend with Charles and Larry." He says, "Write to him again. I'm going to speak to them." So I wrote to them again. I says, blah, blah, blah. I mean, my favorite guys on the globe. Teerex Radio has about 35 songs that they play from you. Could you please consider? And I had an answer this morning.
What?
Yes. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Larry. I don't know if it's Charles. I don't know who it is. But he says, "Write us a script and we'll do it."
Fantastic. Congratulations.
I nearly fainted.
It's like, oh my God. Well, because you know why? Because a lot of these artists, right, when you talk about the 70s and you talk about people, the George Clintons, the Princes,
Parliament, Funkadelic,
all of these bands, right? They were untouchable. It was impossible to just get past the gate. So the fact that you got this far is amazing, especially these days. I mean, I think they're more open to their fan base, or maybe it was their PR people that wouldn't let you get past. But a lot of them now are just doing their own thing, right? So
Enos was saying, he says, these guys get tons of requests per day. A lot of them are quacks. A lot of them, so they're very careful about what they're doing. So I think I have a good plug right now. So, anyways, let's get back to Paula Letang. Paula Letang. Okay, so Paula Letang studied piano and guitar.
I did when I was a little tyke. The tyke is a guy, right? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. When I was little, I played the piano, and I also did a little bit of the accordion. I also did a little bit of the clarinet. My dad had me doing a bunch of things. Eventually, I settled in on the guitar, and so that was my instrument to go to. And
acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
Acoustic, okay.
So it was just, your basic guitar. And then eventually I took a little bit of classical lessons as well.
Yeah.
And then, when I was, my teens, I listened to a lot of radio across the border. So a lot of Buffalo music, radio out of Buffalo. So, they played all the OJs,
Detroit?
all the funk groups. No, out in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
So just by Niagara Falls, right? So just across the border. And I would, pull out the guitar and sing and strum along. And, I never, had grandiose ideas of saying I'm going to be this person on a stage. I really just enjoyed and loved the music. It just made you feel good. So when you talk about, songs like Sunshine and making you feel good, I think really the influences come from that, because most of that music was always about feeling good, high energy, and just positive vibes. So that's really where I got that from.
I said Detroit because when I think of Ontario, I think of Windsor, and I think of Detroit. And probably the greatest radio station that ever existed was CKLW in Detroit. Majestical.
Are they still around?
I think they are, but Detroit has really been going a little bit into troubled times in the last years. with
They may
the
have changed
car
their
industry
format too,
moving
right?
out. I saw a documentary about Detroit, and it was so sad, you know. It's a city that was renowned for its music, radio, cars, God knows what. Anyways, all right, we're gonna keep on.
But that influenced us, right? I mean, in a positive way. We did get positive out of Detroit.
Oh my God, we still do,
right? And
we still
and
do.
you know, we still have Motown.
So many R&B bands and funk bands are coming out of Detroit. You know, right now on Teerex Radio. Okay, this is a scoop. Oh no, should I say it?
I don't know. Have you?
No, I'm not going to say it. It's going to coming out tomorrow. But anyways, one of the really hot ones right now is Will Sessions and Ham Fiddler, Lost in Music, and they're coming out from Detroit, and it's pure R&B, like its purest form. It's magnificent, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it because, you know, whatever we're listening to, it influences, even though, you know, some writers will say, or musicians, you know, I don't want to, that doesn't really influence me, but I think we're influenced by just about everything that's around us, whether it's music, whether it's news, whether it's just somebody in your space. You know, just about everything influences to be able to write what it is that we write. Some of it is fantasy. Some of it isn't, you know, you just kind of dig in and be a storyteller, which is really what we're doing, is we're telling a story. So, you know, we're influenced by so much. And when you talk about Motown, you talk about funk, you talk about soul. I mean, my influences go way beyond that, actually. They go as far as calypso and reggae, and they go into country music. And I mean, I listened to a lot of that as a kid because that's what my parents had playing, you know, on the turntable. You know that thing with the vinyl.
Well, I certainly do. I have two of them. No, seriously, we've been talking about these vinyl revival, you know, and it's like in the last 2-3 years, most of the new releases come out on vinyl, and you know what? An iTunes download is what, $12? A CD is what, $14? And the vinyl is $19. And I just love having the vinyl and the album and the cover, and there's some notes from the artist, and you can read it and you can hold it and physically have it in your hands, you know.
I like it too. I do.
Yeah, for me, that's such a dimension of music that we've kind of lost. And I've gone back. I have 2 turntables. I have a Lenco, I have a Jewel, and all the major new releases that I buy, I get a vinyl copy.
Do you really?
Really?
Wow.
No, I'm serious. And the quality, it's just completely different. You know, it's another ball game.
I love the sound of the vinyl because it's so. It's so real, like where I find that a lot of the time with the MP3s, and you know, I'm not knocking that. Clearly it works for a lot of people. I mean, that's what they're directing us towards, but there's such a warm sound, you know, that analog sound that comes out, which is just beautiful.
Yeah, so one of my favorite vinyls that ends up on my turntables actually from 1974, the Ohio Players.
Oh, which
the
one?
Hamble Honey and the song Sweet Sticky Thing.
Okay.
And when you hear this on a turntable, I mean, the sound is just incredible, you know? Well, anyways, Paula Letang, you were the star today, not the Ohio Players. Okay, so Paula, I have a surprise for you.
You do?
Yes, I told you before.
Okay,
this is something you did for Teerex Radio around Christmas. And we were so touched by it, and really, it's just magnificent. So, Paula, this is my surprise to you, and a big thank you from all of us again for having done this for us. So, without further ado, Paula, we're going to take a 4-minute break, and this is what we're going to hear.
Hey. Hi there, it's Paula Letang, and I just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody that's locked in to Teerex Radio. Of course, big hugs and a big shout out to you, Michael, for all the hard work that you do supporting independent artists like myself. Driving home for Christmas, oh, I can't wait to see those faces. long, but I will be there. I sing this song to pass the time away, driving in my car, driving home for Christmas. I'll be driving home for Christmas, and I wish a safe travels to everyone, to all of you, wherever you are listening around the world. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Ah, that is fabulous, Paula. I'm full of goosebumps. I really am full of goosebumps, you know. You know what I suggest?
No, it was a Christmas. Well, actually, it is an actual Christmas song, and I just felt that I wanted to do my own little version of it for you guys, and so that's basically what I did. And that just kind of hit me, and I knew that's what I just felt at the time, and I said, I like this particular song. I'm going to do my own little version, and I'm going to send it along.
That's
to you.
Magnificent,
so I'm glad
magnificent, and you know we're so touched. Thank you so much. And you know what I suggest next Christmas, take out the Teerex radio and the Michael K, and just work this out and release it. It's going to be a monster hit.
It's already a hit.
Really.
It's already a hit. It's already a hit song. I just kind of followed somebody else's version and just did mine on it. But yeah, you know what? I think maybe I will do a version of it and just send it along. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Alors, je vais résumer un petit peu ce que Paula Letang, mon invité spécial aujourd'hui, on parle de quelque chose que Paula a fait pour Radio Teerex et pour moi à Noël passé, qui était ce qu'on vient d'entendre, vraiment une chanson absolument extraordinaire. J'en ai encore la chair de poule. Et puis, c'était une petite chanson de Noël qu'elle nous a fait. Et puis, je suggérais à Paula, j'ai dit, c'est tellement extraordinaire que je pense que tu devrais peut-être enlever Teerex Radio et Michael K, puis vraiment retravailler la chanson et peut-être à Noël l'année prochaine la ressortir. Ce sera un hit, j'en suis certain. Okay, so Paula Letang, when Paula Letang listens to music, I hear, because I have spies all over, I hear that apparently Paula listens to soft rock. She listens to soul, she listens to funk, she listens to country, and she listens to folk music.
She does, yes. I like all of it. There isn't really any particular musical genre that I don't like. I mean, there is one, but I won't mention it.
Which one?
But for the most part, no.
We want to know.
I'm not going to say.
Heavy metal?
For the most part, I definitely am not a heavy metal fan. No, I'm not a heavy metal. Rap depends on the style and who, right? And how it's being delivered. So I'm not, I can listen to rap as well. But yes, definitely, you know, groups like Styx, Cheap Trick, AC/DC, Fat Benatar.
Okay, so
yeah, and then flip on the other side, Tanya Tucker, Glenn Campbell, you know, Shania Twain. Yeah, I'm all over the place when it comes to music. I'm so open.
Hey, you're just about like me. So Paula Letang, who's your number one soft rock band?
Oh my God! Oh wow! Now you're putting me on the spot.
No, this is not something to think. It has to come like that.
Yeah, you know what though? I have to admit, it's been such a long time that I've really been listening to it that to say that there was one particular band that really, I guess maybe
like
I don't
that?
know. Well, I don't. Chicago wouldn't be considered a soft
There we
rock.
go. Yes, that's
yeah,
a
would
winner.
they? Okay, so Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago.
Your favorite soul band? Don't think.
Soul band. Oh, I gotta think because because there's so
Feel.
many in my brain.
Feel.
Soul band. Okay, I'll have to come back to that one. Next.
Okay, next. Funk. That's my domain.
Okay.
Funk.
My favorite funk band is Parliament.
Ah, God. Yes, I love you.
I love Parliament. I do.
Have you heard Enoy Struggins with Parliament and the one called Candy Sweet?
No.
Oh, Paula.
I mean, I know. But I love
swear I'm going to send it to you.
Please.
Okay,
please.
favorite country?
Favorite country. I like Glenn Campbell.
Good. Galveston, right?
Yeah. Galveston. Oh, Galveston.
Oh, she,
Oh my God.
wasn't he Canadian?
No, American. American.
He was from, he was from the South. For some reason, I thought he was Canadian. Last one, folk.
I'm going to go with, oh my God, she's Canadian. I'm going to...
Joni Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah,
Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell. Incredible lady. I think she's been having some health issues in the last years. We haven't been hearing much of her, but what an impact, what a legendary personage she's done, and what she's done for Canadian music.
Yeah. But
on
you
the
know
globe,
who else has done amazing folk-wise also? Anne-Marie. I mean, we can't really leave Anne-Marie out, really.
Oh, definitely. I'm a big Anne-Marie fan. Snowbird, all this stuff.
I actually was in one of her videos.
When we think about it, Canadian music industry is kind of, we're young, right, compared to a lot of other countries. But, it started what? It started with the Guess Who, A Foot in Cold Water, Chilliwack, Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yep.
And then it just moved on and moved on. And, we have nothing to envy other countries. We put out incredible music in this country. One lady that you did open my ears to is Charlene Smith.
Yes, Charlene. Wonderful, wonderful person. And she had a really huge hit song around 95, a song called Feel the Good Times, and it was huge in the UK, and it did really well here as well. I'm not sure how it did outside of, in the US or whatever, but I do know that it was amazing. So we do have some amazing talent here. We just,
Paul Anka?
Yeah.
How can we forget Paul Anka? Who else? Burton Cummings.
We got Burton Cummings. We had that I mentioned Dan Hill already. We have
yes, sometimes when we
Glenn
touch.
Lewis,
and of course, in right now, The Weeknd, right?
Yes, and Drake. I mean,
God, yes,
and Bieber. So,
yeah, no.
we're on the map.
Stuff here. Yeah,
we're on the map. We're on the map.
Yeah.
What we need to do with our music is, I think, a little bit is to open it up a little bit, because I think that a lot of the times we're very more mainstream, that we do a lot of artists like myself that are doing, soul or funk or neo soul, people that are doing folk music that, could probably use a little bit more attention, I think, because we've got everything.
Yeah.
Feel good about that.
Paula Letang, after you sent us into the Sunshine State, huh?
Yeah.
Then you sent us in the really warm zones on the globe, huh?
Yep, right close to the equator.
Yeah, and I think this was just too hot for us.
Too hot.
Paula Letang, here we go. Too hot, back in 4 minutes.
This club's kicking. DJ Michael's got the club on fire. Yeah. Too high, don't wanna cool it down. Too high, got my mind spinning round. Too high, oh you got my soul on fire. It's too high, don't wanna cool it down. Too high, got my mind spinning round. Too high, oh you got my soul on fire. You got me thinking about you. What can I say? Since you passed my way, can't turn my thoughts away from something sweeter than wine, something sweeter than sweet. You got me wishing that you were mine. Maybe in this lifetime you could be mine. Call me if you think you wanna spend a little time. Maybe in this lifetime you and I could be everything I needed in a fantasy. Maybe in this lifetime you could be the one. I'm gonna let you take the lead. I think you know what I need. Too high, don't wanna cool it down. Too high, got my mind spinning round. Too high, oh you got my soul on fire. It's too high, don't wanna cool it down. Too high, got my mind spinning round. Too high, oh you got my soul on fire. Oh, you got me wondering what I gotta do.
let me in to your heart. 'Cause from the start I knew there was something about you. Maybe in this lifetime you and I could be. Maybe in this lifetime you and I could be. Maybe in this lifetime. 'Cause you're too hot, don't wanna cool it down. Too hot, got my mind spinning round. Too hot, oh you got my soul on fire. It's too hot, don't wanna cool it down. Too hot, got my mind spinning round. Too hot, oh you got my soul on fire.
I like the way you sway, the way you move on the dance floor. I like the way you groove, you're my Mardi Gras. Don't you know I like to rock it with you? And if I could, I wouldn't stop it with you. When love was all it took to get me hooked, you know you got the flow for sure. You'll have me coming back for more. Because you're
too hot, don't wanna cool it down. Too hot, got my mind spinning round. Too hot, oh you got my soul on fire. It's too hot, don't wanna cool it down. Too hot, got my mind spinning round. Too hot, oh you got my soul on fire. Too hot, there's a heat that's you. Too hot, the way you move so slow. Too hot, think you already know. Too hot, just where it's gonna go. Too hot, don't wanna cool it down. Too hot, got my mind spinning round. DJ Michael's got the club on fire. It's too hot, don't wanna cool it down. Too hot, got my mind spinning round. DJ Michael's got the club on fire.
I like the way you sway, the way you move on the dance floor. I like the way you groove, you're my Mardi Gras. Don't you know I like to rock it with you? And if I could, I wouldn't stop it with you. When love was all it took to get me hooked, you know you got the flow for sure. You'll have me coming back for more. Because you're
Too hot, there's a heat that's you. Too hot.
Too Hot with Paula Letang, wonderful lady from Toronto. Alors, Too Hot, bien sûr. Deuxième succès de Paula Letang sur Radio Teerex. Mon invité très spécial aujourd'hui. Je suis très, très content. My special guest today, Paula Letang on Teerex Radio, Michael Case by Atlantic Soul Show. Paula.
Too hot.
Yeah.
Just had to. I had to.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Paula, I have to tell you something.
Soul. Yeah.
Technically, we have about 7 minutes left, but no, it's not going to work. So we're going to go overboard because, I don't know, we have so much other things to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Can I just tell you that I know that the soul artist that I've decided on is Anita Baker.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yes. Oh, my God.
You know, and we're all wondering what's happening with Anita Baker.
She's decided she's going to retire. And I'm going to go across the border. And I'm going to go to Detroit, and I'm going to knock on her door, and I go, we need to do a song together. I'm just saying, you know. Do you mind?
Well, go for it.
And then I'm going to get on my knees, and I'm going to beg.
Oh, gee, go for it, you know. I know, I read, you know, all sorts of stuff. She was having financial problems and all sorts of stuff. But, you know, it's like, this lady is just, you know, just incredible, you know.
Gosh, well, I hope not. I mean, I'm hoping that people still will be playing her music and that she'll get the royalties from that because, you know, especially with her first album, the first one that came out, it just, oh my God. I mean, you knew the words to every single song on that album.
Same here. There's so many shows that you can see from her on YouTube. She's just an extraordinary performer. But I think I'd read in an article that she felt like she wasn't the touring type. It was something that was kind of extremely strenuous and difficult for her, you know. And I think we can understand it also, you know.
I totally get it.
Yeah, going on tour, you know, Europe, America, the different time zones, the planes, the stress and everything. It's like, you know, you really wonder. It's like sometimes I sit down, you know, and I said, you know, Duran, it was like, what? They've been together with us since we were 15, 16.
Yeah.
And they're still doing it, you know. And I said, how how did they do it? You know, it's like one show after another, U.S., Europe, God knows what. Yeah, I don't know. I guess some artists or some people, because they are people before they're artists, have a better way of composing with this. But it must be an extremely difficult life, you know.
I think it's hard. I mean, I can speak on behalf with the band and moving people around and then putting things in suitcases and then getting to the hotel, taking the stuff. It's a mindset. You really have to not mind it. And I'm not that person either. I mean, if I had to go and do a tour, I don't know if I could do an 18 months tour like how a lot of them do it. Just 2 months, I'm good. I want to be back home for a little bit.
I know. So, and we just look at Depeche Mode right now, embarking on a major international tour. I mean, there's dates in Canada and the States and Europe. It's like, and these guys, like, they're like 60. They're like, well, I don't know what age you are, but I'm 60. So these guys are like 60, 62, 63, and it's like, how do they do it,
They sleep through the whole thing. They do the show, then they go home and they sleep. And they basically probably don't do much of anything else. I mean, I can't imagine you doing that and then feeling like, the next day you're going to go for a walk somewhere, especially if you've toured Japan. Then you get on a plane, then you go to London, then you get on that plane, you go to Greece, then you go to there, and then you're going to the U.S., to Florida. I mean, it's exhausting.
Exactly. And all these people that want to talk to you, the journalists, the radio stations, blah, blah, blah,
Yep. Yeah.
Anyways, I lift my hats to all these great...
My future life. I'm just teasing.
Huh?
I said my future life.
Okay, Paula Letang does a lot of things in life. She has many talents, eh?
Yeah, I do a lot. Right now, I am working on the Toronto Funk and Soul Festival. So we are producing that. It's the second year. And we've got our artists already for this year, and we'll be looking for artists for next year and building it every year because there isn't one in the city. So I'm kind of like a person that likes to do a lot of firsts, things that aren't there, or that I feel that there's a niche or something's missing. So we're doing Funk and Soul Festival, and again, I'm also working on my EP as well and doing my radio show.
That's something that I wanted to open up. And also, Paula Letang is a radio presenter.
I am.
Would you like to talk to us a little bit about that?
I'd love to. I do a radio show on CJRU 1280 in the AM in the city in Toronto, and it's called All About the Funk, and it happens every Friday night from 5:30 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. And basically, it's funk and soul music of yesteryear and a little bit of stuff that's happening now. So whatever, new artists are producing that maybe we haven't heard, or is just brand new music to the market that fits in the genre, then I, play it. So it's an hour and a half. The show's been around now for, we're close to 2 years. So, I mean, I left the French Creole programming, which I'd done for 15 years, took about a year off, and then came into All About the Funk. And so really right now I'm trying to build that particular market because, when I look at the UK and I look at how they just kept it alive, and they just, it's just a haven for people that really enjoy funk and soul. I would love to see Toronto be that kind of hub. So
isn't it amazing? I find that Philly has moved to London.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. I was interviewed Vince Broomfield last week, and we're talking about that, and I was talking about, music in general and studios. Look, in Montreal, we had the Andre Perry studio, which was in Moore Nights, where, I mean, so many artists recorded there, Elton John, big ones and everything. And the building is just like totally desolated and up for sale, And in Philly also same thing, and I don't know, it seems that soul has moved to London, as simple as that. I mean, I read the Echoes magazine and I see all these bands that are performing in the UK, like Shirley Jones, Parliament. It's just one after another. They're so lucky.
They are, because I wish we had that on a more regular basis. I mean, we mainly just have this for 2 or 3 months in the summer. We might get, a band like actually coming into the city when are they coming in? July or August? Earth, Wind and Fire with Chic. They're doing a concert together at the
Chic.
Chic.
Wow, with Bernard Edwards, of course.
With Nile Rodgers. They're all coming in and doing a show. So we get the artists, but the UK they really know how to work it. They know how to work it and embrace it, and which is why I'm so pleased and thrilled that they've really embraced me and my music. It's been a wonderful journey along that way. And I do want to say a big shout out to Vince Broomfield, because Vince actually was very also instrumental in getting my music to the BBC. So I want to thank him for that as well.
I did a plug for you, because when I interviewed him, I told him that you were a big fan of his.
I am.
Yeah, and you kept asking me to play. Which one is it? What's your favorite song by Vince? What?
Who's that beautiful lady?
Who's that beautiful lady? Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
Paula Letang est mon invité spécial aujourd'hui, vraiment très agréable. Je suis vraiment très content. Paula Letang, my special guest today, and we're going overboards in the interview, and that's fine because this is cool. I really appreciate what's going on. So, Paula, if you agree, we're going to be going to I'd Be Lying.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to say something before or after?
I'd Be Lying is, when I started writing that song, I just, I wanted to make it a little bit about me, but not really, but also build in the fantasy in there, the story, a story that could have been anybody, but it was really just about, being that vulnerable, and to let somebody know that how much they really mean to you, and that you're just putting your heart out there, and either they step on it or they don't, or they think about it, but you have got it off your shoulder. And I'd just be lying if I didn't say that this is how you made me feel.
Well, Paula, you just took the words out of my mouth, because in my personal life, I'm just about at that stage, and I'm not going to go elaborate. So, we're going to listen to I'd Be Lying with Paula Letang. On va écouter son dernier simple, I'd Be Lying, Paula Letang, et on va être de retour. We're going to be back in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
But you got me thinking about the last time you were around. Where'd you learn to love, babe? I want your love. Where'd you learn to kiss like that? I need you now. All of that hugging and kissing, touching and pleasing. You've been gone. Doing what it takes. Somehow I gotta let you know that I'm caught up in your rapture, caught up in the sea. Living in those moments, they feel so real. It's more than I can manage, but I'm ready for the challenge. I can't help it, it's the way that you're making me feel. I've been lying if I said I wanted me. when you love like that. I want your love. Something when you kiss like that. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want, didn't need you in my arms tonight. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't want you to make everything alright. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't want, didn't need you here in my life. So I'm calling on you, babe. I'd be lying. Baby, you know it's true. I'd be lying. 'Cause you know how I feel about you. I'd be lying. Baby, you know it's true. I'd be lying. 'Cause you know how I feel about you. I'd be lying.
Paula Letang, I'd be lying. Such a nice one. Different from what we've heard in the last, your last ones, Too Hot and Sunshine. This is a little bit a softy one, right?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of be a little more versatile. You know, I wanted to be able to say, hey, you know, I do this, but I also do this. And I also wanted it not to be too heavily, not too heavy on the music, but to really concentrate on the music, the melody and the lyrics. So that was the goal on that one. Yeah.
Well, I think it was reached. Yeah.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
nice.
you.
Actually, Teerex Radio's new hum chart coming out tomorrow, the 1st of May. And Paula Letang moved up from number 28 to number 22 with this one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're very happy. We like this. Yeah, Nigel
you.
Waymark loves it also.
Yay. Thank you so much. Thank you. And it was his birthday. By the time they get this, it'll be 2 weeks. So happy birthday, Nigel. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Paula, it's just been extremely pleasurable of having you on my show. I thank you very much. Je remercie beaucoup à Paula Letang d'avoir été avec moi pour cette entrevue. So, Paula, just to resume, so EP coming out, which is going to be called
Rhythms of My Soul. Rhythms of My Soul.
Okay, and that one is coming out.
A variety of
when?
style. So, oh gosh. Well, I had a delay in the studio because the studio that I was at had to move. So I'm waiting, and I should be back in the studio hopefully in the next 2.5 weeks to do the next song, which will be a little bit different than all the other ones, which is the whole concept of Rhythms of My Soul. So a little bit of everything. I even have maybe like a Nora Jones style song that I'm working on as well. So a little variety of stuff. So hopefully it's been pushed back. So I'm going to say probably maybe end of July. Just because of time.
And will there be a single out of this album before?
Yes, there will be another one out just before, and then after that, I think I'll pull some breaks and just and then the rest will all just come out on one. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what's
can we get a little picky or a little teaser of what that single is going to be called? One word?
Oh God, what is it? Already have the name for it. Oh gosh, I can't remember.
I can't remember. That's a good title.
That's the name of it. Yeah,
I can't remember.
That's what I'm going with. Yep. I'm going to tell you. So while you were talking, I'm actually going to tell you. I'm going to look it up while I'm here. So that's what I'm planning on working on in the next little while is that particular song to get that out. I'm hoping to get it out. It's called Your Kind of Love.
Your Kind of Love?
Your Kind, I won't sing it, but it's called Your Kind of Love, and that's what's going to be coming out hopefully mid-June. early July. So just it'll ride the summer, hopefully.
And I hope just to give it an idea, if we use the following words: soul, funk, R&B, slow, which one would be appropriate?
I would probably go with mid-range, kind of a little bit of soul house R&B.
Ooh. Oh la la, the lady's gonna get funky.
Yeah, it's a cool combination. I really like it. So I hope that everybody else will like it. You know what though? When I'm writing, at first I write for me so that I enjoy what I'm doing, and then I hope that everybody else will enjoy it. I think you have to enjoy what you're doing first, and then everybody feeds off of that. So
exactly.
I'm hoping that they'll feed off of that energy.
Yeah, that's like relationships, eh? You have to have to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with someone.
Exactly. So that's the plan. So I want y'all to be happy.
Cool. Well, you're doing a great job at that, definitely. So, Paula Letang, once again, thank you very much for having spent the last, 1 hour and 20 minutes with me. Merci beaucoup, Paula Letang, d'avoir passé la dernière heure et 20 minutes. We went overboard, but hey, every second is worthless. Is not not worthless. Is worth it. Yes, that's worthless. Oh my God, what an horrible word.
I love it.
Worthless.
Well, I'm gonna hang up now. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so Paula Letang, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. We wish you great success with all your plans, your radio show, your new EP, your new single. We just love you, and Teerex Radio and our listeners are totally behind you.
Thank you, and I want to thank all the listeners for all your support that you've been giving me over the last couple of months. I absolutely appreciate it. May I share the website for those that might want to visit?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so if they'd like to, please visit at musicbypaula.com, and all the music is there, and the videos, and the song lyrics to the songs, and interviews. I post those as well, and you can follow me on Twitter at Paula Letang, and that's it. So thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from all of you.
Cool. And that's where I printed the lyrics to Sunshine, which I'm going to sing this week in my TR7.
Can't wait. We'll do a duet. We'll do a duet. It's going to be amazing. Okay.
Paula Letang, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And talk to you soon.
Okay, take care, everyone. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Merci beaucoup. Bye-bye.
We're listening to Michael K. Emil by Atlantic Soul Show on Teerex Radio. Michael K. can be reached by email at michaelksoul1@TeerexRadioTeerex.com. Also on Twitter at Michael K. Emil2. Michael is also on Facebook and Instagram under Michael K. Emil. Michael K.'s show can also be listened to on Mixcloud. Become a friend and follow him. His shows will drop automatically in your email box. Tune in every Friday and Saturday at 13 EST on Montreal's biting soul station, Teerex Radio. Try our apps on the Google